Multi-sector engagement. A tri-sector engagement approach would be all three sectors, private, public, and nonprofit, working together to create a long-lasting solution to a problem. An example would be a government imposing laws for women's rights, a business creating policies in favor of women's rights, and a nonprofit organization advocating for women's rights through various ways of raising awareness. They each play an important and unique role in diminishing problems. Countries all over the world struggle with gender wage gaps, including the United States. While there may not be many tri-sector engagements around the world, it is feasible to create some. For example, the world has several nonprofit organizations, such as Time's Up, that advocate for gender equality. Time's Up works to ensure that women in the workforce are paid the same amount as men and encourages women to come forward with sexual harassment circumstances so that they can be stopped. Time's Up gained popularity when people at the Golden Globes wore black in support of the movement. The organization helps women come forward with many cases of mistreatment in their workplace in the Hollywood industry. Another specific actor in advocating for gender equality in the nonprofit sector is Malala Yousafzai. She was the youngest person ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014 for her work with women's rights. She fought against the Taliban to receive an education and was almost killed for it. Now she raises awareness for women's rights across the world, including Afghanistan, Syria, Pakistan, and Brazil. She encourages that all girls in third world countries receive an education which would lead to them entering the workforce eventually. She's a powerful force in the international nonprofit sector, but can only do so much without the support from the governments. I think that once the governments and the public sector in these oppressive countries begin to implement policies creating gender equality in the workplace, a tri-sector engagement will be much more attainable. The United States has the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, which is a governmental organization that is responsible for enforcing federal laws that make sexual harassment in the workplace illegal and ensures that there is gender equality. All sectors can work together and easily find a solution to the gender inequality problem in the U.S., but many countries aren't as lucky. Several countries across the world have to deal with oppressive governments that prevent women from receiving equal opportunities. UN Women is an intergovernmental organization that advocates for gender equality throughout the world. The Coca-Cola Company is an example of a private company supporting organizations. Coca-Cola provides funding to the UN Women to provide better access to business skills training and financial services, and to support networks of peers and mentors. Another way the private sector can get involved is if individual businesses ensure that women and men are treated equally. I know many businesses already do this, but in addition, harassment training would be helpful for all employees so that they are educated on what would be harassment and what to do if they experience something that they're uncomfortable with. These examples show how the individual sectors have worked together to help advocate for women's rights.